How come every time you move house, you always misplace something? Going through that many boxes, just struggling to find where I've left off my stuff. But it is official. I have now moved out. So everything that was at the trailer is all over here, and we no longer even go to that place now. So this is now our permanent residence, and I have to say it's pretty cozy. Pretty cozy and relaxing, really is. Not too bad. And as well, another bonus is I'm saving a lot of money currently because all I've got is my normal bills. I haven't really got anything. I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay council tax, electricity and water's all covered. So every month that I get paid, I'm saving as much as I can. I did request to get paid monthly instead of weekly, even though I'm getting a weekly rate of £400, which I think is pretty fair with accommodation and not having to pay for any bills. I'm not too bothered about that, but I am just lucky that I can save money now. I'm hoping that'll do me good in the long run, because I don't know where I'm going to go from here, but we do need to figure something out long term. But at least I'd stay here quite happily for 12 months now, so let's not worry about that anymore. And it's always a bonus when all you have to do to get to work is walk across the road. I mean, you can't complain. So I don't know what the plan is today. I just know normal jobs. Got to sort the cows out, muck them out and all that stuff. And then I think I'm going to try and do a bit more muck spreading. I was checking the grass field. I did do 2 more loads of the muck spreader. And I did load it up for a 3rd. But we're now in August. So it has been a couple of weeks since we started spreading the muck. We are shifting quite a bit. As you can see, we're pretty depleted over here. We haven't even touched the stuff over there yet, so we have got more on a full trail load. And the Ford came back, so the Ford's now fully serviced back. We've got all the tractors back and they're all running perfectly, which is a big bonus. So let's get the cows out. I do know today I need to sort the water out. That is one thing that I do need to do. So we definitely probably should go and do that ASAP. But first, let's get the girls out. Just have a look, see how they're doing. Again, they look fine for bedding. Maybe need to muck out in the corner a bit. And feed. I did give them a bale just before I put them away in the evening. So doubt that's got to be sorted. But let's get these out. Nice day again. Really is a nice day. There we go. Not too bad. Easy job. So I may as well close the door. In fact, we'll leave it open for a bit. Let it air out. Yeah, it's good to get fresh air in there. I've just been looking around the last few days. Actually got a bit of confidence now to go through everything. And there is quite a bit of storage space, really. We probably should utilise it a little bit more. This would be good to store something away. We could probably fit one of the trailers in there. Thinking about tidying up the yard a little bit more as we go. I did move this out of the way. I think it does look better around here especially. I mean, that trailer could fit just about, I'd say, in there. But ideally we want to move this stuff from the side. Maybe push the bush back a bit. Expand out. And there's a couple of trees down there as well that we need. I think we should get them gone. And we'll speak to George about it. And there's also 2 in the other field that we definitely need to do soon as, really, because that was a bit of a pain. So I think that would improve things. So let's just quickly detach this. Now you can see the hose connections work fine with the Ford, so it is just something with the Massey. Hose is not working at all with the Massey when it comes to this connection here. It might work with another one, but currently it's not working with the muck spreader, so there's going to be a job for these tractors, the Fords. Now what we're going to just quickly do is I want to back up and we're just going to clean out the troughs basically. We're going to get rid of the water. A lot of them are on the pump connections, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but The one out in the field's decided to pack in the last few days, and this one in here, it just looks a bit grimy. So what I'm going to do is empty the water out, turn the pump off, and then I'm just going to pump in some fresh water, and just while we try and get the other pump fixed, I'm going to turn the mains off. So because of that, we need to start manually putting in the water, but yeah, we're just going to give this a quick clean. Now I do know I'm running low on water in this, but let's hope that we can last out for this one, then we can head over just by the river and fill up. Right, so there we go. That's that one done. So let's head over now to the field. We can try and get some more water pumped in. There we go. Make sure we do that. And yeah, we'll go and fill up down there because they've currently got no water and it is a hot day. So it's definitely important that we get this done. Luckily, there'll be enough in this tanker for the day anyway, so if we do need to go back and top them up, we can always do that. So it is just the one trip, but we might need to do a couple more into the pasture, just because I imagine that trough's not going to hold, obviously, the volume that's in this tanker. And even though this isn't a big tanker, it's big enough for what we need. It really is. So the river is quite a way off down there, you can just see it, but we don't want to get it from this stream bit here. I've found that it isn't the cleanest, but there is a nice little patch where it seems like it settles out quite well. I mean, this is what you have to do when you haven't got mains water. You have to get it from the river. So here we are, a lot better here. A lot better. And technically we are on mixed land, but he has given us permission while our water's off. Just because they're obviously trying to fix the trough. We've basically just turned it off ourselves. So what we're going to do is back up and find a nice level patch over here. We don't want to get stuck, because there is a chance to get stuck here with it being a bit boggy, close to the water. But this patch here looks perfectly fine. So back her up here, it should be good enough. There we go, that's fine. And we'll just get this off and we'll turn the pump on. Hey, nice fish. We don't want to pump that up. Definitely don't want to pump that up. So it's full up, full to the brim. Now I definitely didn't get a fish, which is good, but I might have pulled up a little bit of muck in it, so we're going to have to probably hope it settles out, and when we're back onto mains we can give it a jet wash out, so any of the sediment that's at the bottom of the tanker we can get rid of. But in the meantime, this is a good enough solution. It's clean water, that is. It's not too bad. So keep opening and closing these gates. This is something that you learn on a farm. If you find a gate closed, you've got to try and leave it that way. Spend most of the day opening gates. Here we go then. Let's go give them some water. I'm hoping they haven't needed them for this past probably 40 minutes now. They're eating. I did put them some hay in. Obviously grazing as well, but it's nice for them to have a bit of hay. So let's just let them know that we're here. You can see the water trough is completely empty. It really is. Swing it around. There's a tennis court there. It's quite busy as well. I feel like the cows watch them. I think we're just about close enough there. I'd say that's fine. Yeah, we can get the hose in there. So let's just get this all set up and we'll get the water pumping out. Water's full. I don't know what the cows are doing, but they're really interested in this, so they've decided to sit right by me. Yeah, I don't know if they were just really thirsty or they're just inquisitive. Trying to figure out what's going on, but at least we've done that. Got a bit of water left in the tanker, so like I said, if we do need to go up again, we can always do that. But let's park this away. Now, so it's out the way, we're going to try and reverse it into there. I've got a feeling this will be the perfect spot for that. There we go. Probably can't shut the doors though, so we might have to move that again, but it's okay for the meantime. Right, so next job is I'll just park this here just in case we are going to do the muck spreading, but I do want to quickly just talk to George. We might try and just quickly ask George if we can go and sort out that field. I've got an idea to ask him if he can let us lease out a mulcher. Now, I did speak to the dealership about this, and they have got a mulcher. They'll let us lease it, and it is only £400 for the day. And I know I say only £400, but it's not a bad mulcher as well. It's really good for what it is, and I think it'll be worth doing it and cleaning up that field. And if we sell it to George as if we can make some hay, we can make some silage, we can try and sell that, make a bit of profit that way as well, I think he'll be up for it, because at the end of the day, we've got a field sitting there that's just got really old, it's not looked after, the field needs tending to, no matter what we do. So let's try and ask George if he can obviously fund that, because technically it is for him and he'll be gaining the profits, not me. But we'll find out.
Yes.
Don't know if anyone else heard that, but I'm sure I just heard George.
Yes.
He seems happy, I think. Well, anyway, let's knock on. Morning, George. It's another nice day today. Another scorcher. Just to give you an update, I've let the cows out. I've also topped up the water out in the field, just because I know the mains are off while you're fixing the pump.
Yeah, that'll be sorted today. Nice one for that.
Yeah, no problem at all. Now, I was going to do some more spreading, muck, but got a bit of a proposition. I've had an idea, and I've actually contacted the dealership about this as well, just to see if it was viable. Now, the field across the road, it's got all that old cropping and the weeds. It needs tending to, George, it really does. We need to mulch it first. We've already got a plough. We need to turn the soil at least after we've mulched it. And what I was thinking then is we could, depending on what you fancy doing, I'm happy to do absolutely anything with it. I'd personally think we could go down the arable side, but I know that's more investment for you and you're going to have to decide that. But at least we could plant some grass seeds in, get some hay, sell the hay bales, or even silage if you wanted to make a little bit more money, and make a tiny bit of profit from a field currently is just sitting there being obsolete. And you know, we should probably make the most of that field. I think it'd look better for the farm as well if we do something with it. So I've spoke to the dealership and they've got a mulcher, £400 for the day. I can get it all done in the day. I can even head up now and collect it if you're willing to part ways with £400 basically.
You've caught me on a good day. You really have. I'm up for that. I think that's a really good idea. £400. 2 seconds. Let me go get that.
That was easier than expected. He really is quite happy today. I don't know why I was worried about that. I was really worried about asking him, but he seems really on board with it, so that's great news.
There you go, 400 squids. I'll leave you to it then. I guess you'll be fine. Actually, if you're heading up to the dealership, can you do me a favour? Fancy giving me a lift?
Yeah, no problem. Whereabouts you going?
Not too far at all. Could probably walk it in all fairness, but may as well jump in with you.
Sounds like a plan. I'm ready to head off when you are.
I'll be out in a second.
That worked out a treat. Absolute treat. Now, I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know if George can fit on that little seat. Well, there's only one way to find out. I wonder if he'd let us drive the other Ford. Nah, we don't want to push a luck today. He is happy, but I don't know if he's that happy. Anyway, let's wait for him. So it's not too far then, George?
No, not far at all.
George, I have to be honest with you. I did hear you. in the house, I'm sure you're either watching football and someone scored, or you were happy for some reason.
You were spot on. I am happy. I am really happy. I've been trying for months now, months on end, to get planning permission for something. I finally got it today. And the only problem is, I've now got to go and have an awkward chat with a few people. But you don't need to worry about that. You just carry on about your day and leave that to me. Right, stop here.
Oh, okay. So, what's going on then, George? Any update on it, or I'm just going to leave you to it?
No, you don't need to worry about this. This is on me, this is. It really is. It could be good for us, though. I'll tell you that now. It could be really good for us.
Alright, I'll leave you to it. I guess I'll just go get the Mulcher. You're finding your own way back?
Yeah, I'll find my own way back. See you later.
It's a man of mystery, isn't he, George? A man of mystery. I don't know what's going on around here, though. I do know, though, that that's the other side of the farm. So, yeah. Interesting. I haven't got a clue, to be honest. I haven't got a clue. But, yeah, let's head down to the dealership. We'll go speak to them. They did say they had the Mulcher. I think it's been leased out a few times with farmers around the area. It's not a common thing, it seems, to own. I think it's more of a common item to lease out. So we'll go get that. We'll head to the field and we'll get working on that. I think it'll be a good idea today to get that done. I mean, it's more important than spreading more muck. We've put quite a lot of muck on that field, and it is already a lot better than what it was before we last mowed it. And I am hoping to get another cut off that before we start hitting them colder months. One day I'll buy myself a tractor. Even if it's just to work on George's farm with. But one day I'll definitely buy myself a tractor. And I'll probably buy it from here, because they've got a wide range of second-hand tractors there. I mean, we're a long way off earning that kind of cash, but we keep saving, you never know. One day we can buy one of the smaller ones over there that look completely battered. But do you know what? I'll take one of them any day. Right, so let's go speak to these in here. And, yeah, we'll figure out where she is. So, I've just paid the £400. It's supposed to be around the side of the building. We're 5 to 10 now, so we are... There you go. Yeah, it's 5 to 10, so we do need to get a move on. I think that's pretty beefy. He did say it was 90 horsepower requirement, which is right again on the maximum of what we can pull. The other Ford's 105, but technically this is 90. We are 90, so we should give this a go at least, and if not, we might have to be a bit cheeky and tell George we need the other tractor. I mean, he spent £400 of his money now, so he's going to have to, really, isn't he? We'll find out. Alright, so let's go swing this round, get hooked up, and we'll head back and we'll start working straight away on it. I'm still trying to figure out what George is doing. He is busy, but he doesn't give much away. Right, so this is the field, this is the culprit. And you can tell what I mean. I don't know what was in here before, but it's in a bad state. From what I can understand, this was well before my time working on this farm. George has had this in here for, must be coming up to a year, maybe more. And most of it is just overgrown weeds, shrubbery, and just everything that you don't want to have in a field. But from what I understand, it used to be an arable field. Not big, but it was definitely an arable field. And compared to some of the arable fields I drive around and see as I'm passing by, this must have been a really small one. But you know what? I'd take this small one all day of the week. I really would. But if we get this done by the end of the day, I'll be happy. I mean, George has put £400 of his own money into this, so I think it's a no-brainer. Has to be done. PTO. There we go. Seems like everything's working fine there. We'll just start her up. We're going to just see if it lifts up and down. There we go. We'll turn it on, just have a quick check of this. Don't stand too close to it. And just make it out. Looks good to me. So, yeah, look at that. This is going to mince through this. If we can get up this hill a little bit, especially in that corner. But if not, we'll have to wait for George and ask him if we can use the other forward. But there is only one way to find out, and that's just to go for it. So let's go for it. Drop her down and let's head through this. So far, we are flying through this. We really are. Missed a little bit down there, but that's not too bad. So far, so good. I bet them people across the road are glad to see this gone, to be honest, because it is an ugly thing to look at. Here we go, last little bit. We are getting late in the day now. It's about 2 PM, so we have used a good chunk of the day to do this, but I am really happy with how it's turned out. This mulcher is minced through it, it really has. It's quite a powerful tool when you think about it, what it's actually capable of doing, and how it's just destroyed all that. And some of it was quite thick, it really was. So, what we need to do now is, first, we need to detach the PTO. I think we should, still getting used to this, I really am. We'll drop it down. Don't need PTO for that, we need hoses, so we'll drop it down. Now we can disconnect it from here, and we can reconnect from this side for transport, and then it's all done. Overshot that one. Let's try that again. There we go, that's spot on. So, connect it up. Happy days. And this time, before we move off, we must lift it up. There you go. Right, so we'll have a quick look at the field. Let's just get it out onto the track here before we do anything. We'll park it up here and we'll have a quick look, just inspect it, just to see what it looks like. I mean, look at that. Instantly, how much better does that look? It's like it's ready now to be ploughed. Turn that soil over, and I mean, traditionally I wouldn't like to mulch before we plough, but it needed it because it was just too much work for a plough to go through that and the soil. It was so overgrown, and it needed to have that mulch first before we plough. But yeah, look at that. It's ready, ready. We could even, if we wanted to, plough this out. Expand the field. We need a bit of a headland, but not maybe so much this side. We could go down maybe another metre, or a couple feet at least. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I really am, and I'm hoping George will see that, and he'll also be happy too. I guess we need to figure out what's going to be next. Is he going to let us plant something in a little bit more exciting than grass, or are we going to have to just do a bit of grass and sell some silage or some hay bales? Either way, I'm happy. It's double the field work, because yeah, we do need to probably try and make a bit more cash. Even though I have heard he's got a lot of money, but I'm not going to ask him that question. It wouldn't be right. Hey up. Got a phone call. Who's this? Ah, it's Mick. Hey up, Mick. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm all good. I've just seen you out in the field. You finally got rid of that old shrubbery. I don't even know what it is in that field, but I'm glad I'm not seeing that anymore at the top of my yard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely did it. I mean, I asked him if we could lease out this mulcher, and it's done a good job in all fairness. We spent a couple hours doing it, but it's done a good job. Yeah, you don't have to look at that anymore, Mick.
Any idea what you're going to be planting in next?
I haven't got a clue. It's either going to be grass or maybe, you know, if we can do a bit of arable, maybe something else, but it depends. I mean, I know the harvester isn't working, so that might be a job we call you up for. See if you can come fix it. And I know I've seen a few harvesters outside your workshop, so I do know you can fix them, but I think this one might be a bit of a challenge for you. It doesn't even run, so you'd have to come down to our yard and actually look at it for yourself.
I can fix that with my eyes closed. I already know. It's been sat there that long, I probably know half the things that are wrong with it.
I imagine you do, and I imagine you can fix it as well. You never know. I'll speak to George anyway, and we'll figure out a plan. If we do something arable-wise, I'm sure he'll be giving you a bell, or I will, and we'll need you. Help us out with that. Anyway, I best go, mate. I need to drop this off back to the dealership before the end of the day. I also need to go and do a few more jobs and speak to George. So, thanks for the call, Mick. See you in a bit. Alright, so let's go drop this off because we don't need this anymore. And we'll then head back to the farm and we'll speak to George before we put the cows away. Still can't get over how good that looks and what a difference it makes. Right, so we are getting close now. That was a bit of a drive with that. It does take longer when you're hauling something like that. So we need to put the cows away. We need to speak to George. Can't do the muck spreading today. Gonna have to probably tackle that tomorrow. But we'll leave that there and we'll go and speak to George. So I'm about to put the cows away, but George is out here. And I count 7 cows, not 6. Right, George. What's going on?
We've got 7.
We've got 7 cows?
Yep. We've got a bull.
Alright then. Looks like we got a bull then. So I'm guessing you're hoping that he does his job and we'll get more cows. My only question is, George, where are we going to put these cows? You're maxed out already.
Don't you worry about that, Scroft. I've got that sorted out.